Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons, where you can sign up to be a member of the Shannons Club, your local Holden certified service centre, Pace Farm the enjoyable egg, and Heron Forbes Machinery House, where you can buy online.
G'day, I'm Fletch and welcome as I bring you to Griffith in New South Wales, the home of fine wines. And also, there is a rich classic vehicle culture here as well. You're about to see some enthusiasts in this week's Classic Restos on the road. Griffith is another beautiful part of the New South Wales Riverina. But before we go and see some shiny stuff on today's show, here's a bit about the town. Visiting country towns are on tap and are awaiting you. Griffith is around a 6-hour drive slightly southwest of Sydney, New South Wales, and is home to approximately 28,000 people. Griffith is a major regional city in the Murrumbidgee irrigation area, so rich in fertility the region is commonly known as the Food Bowl. Griffith was established 4th of August 1916, and today the township stands proud. So many places here to see and things to do, and it's also another great environment to host our classic vehicles. So here we are at a private property just outside of Griffith here in New South Wales. And I have to say I am stuck for words. It's typical camaraderie of a country town. This episode was to feature two people representing the Griffith Historic Motor Club, and on arrival around 20 members have turned up. Now, rather than just getting them all together and doing a group shot, here's a few seconds on each of their cars, and the quality here is magnificent.
Hi, I'm Peter. This is my 64 EH wagon and it's my daily driver.
Yeah, I'm Warwick and this is my dad's original ZA Fairlane.
Hi, I'm Alan and I'm the custodian of this beautiful 1966 Ford Galaxy.
G'day, I'm David. This is my 1966 HR Holden X2U.
Hello, I'm Robert and this is my 65 XP hardtop and this has been in the family since new.
I'm Greg and this is my 69 Mercury Cougar Club Cruiser.
Hi, I'm Cookie and this is my 64 EH Special Sedan.
Yeah, g'day, I'm Mick with my dad's 35 Ford Roadster.
I'm Dennis, this is my 1930 Chevy Roadster.
Hello, my name's Jeff, this is my 1927 Armstrong Sydney.
My name's Eddie and this is my 1977 HX Holden Kingswood.
My name's Bruce, this is my 1923 Packard.
Hello, I'm Ross. This is my unrestored 29 Chev truck.
Hi, I'm Peter. This is my restored 1929 Chev truck. It's been in the family for 72 years.
My name's Mario Briganti. I bought this Chevrolet. It's a 1942 model in 1965.
And with me now, a member of the Griffith Historic Motor Club. How are you, Peter?
Good, Fletch.
That's the way, mate. I want to thank you to turn up today and have many members turn up. The quality of the vehicles, Peter, in the club, it's really something.
Yep. No, people got some nice vehicles around town. A lot of them are hidden away, but you know, everything's been well restored, and yeah.
Respecting country towns, I try and get to as many of them as I can. This is the first time that Classic Restos has filmed in Griffith, and what an amazing place. If you're watching this episode, try and come out to this part of New South Wales in the beautiful Riverina. It's a lovely part of the state. There's just so much here, the big wineries, De Bordelys, Yellowtail, and of course, you know, you've got so many other industries out here as well, Peter.
Yep. No, it's a big farming area. We covered just about all types of foods there, from beef to nuts to rice and grapes.
Yeah, That is fantastic. And when we see the cars turn up today, the looks on their faces, happy members of the car clubs here, what a beautiful region to get out and enjoy the classic vehicles. This 1929 Chev behind us here, Peter, it looks like, obviously it's a ground-up restoration. Yes. You're doing a great job. Walk us through so far.
It's 1929 Chevrolet Businessmans Coupe, one of 158 made in 1929 by Holden's bodies. Yes, and it's mechanically all restored, and I'm starting to do the body.
Interesting too with Chevrolet, with the overhead valve in that time as well.
Yes, Chevrolet has always been overhead valve, and this particular model here is the first year of the six-cylinder, 1929.
What size 6 is that, Pete?
It's a 149 cubic inch, 26.4 horsepower. I think it is.
And it'd be fairly torquey too, I'd imagine. They're always a long-stroke engine, weren't they?
You can just about take off in top gear.
Interesting with the bodies, Peter, made by Holden in 1929, and of course too the occasional Fisher body at the time, which was imported from the United States.
Yes. I do know of a couple of 29 Cabriolets, and they are Fisher bodied, right-hand drive.
Beautiful rolling chassis sitting here with the disc wheels. Now tell us with the wire wheel option as well. So they were disc standard in 29, is that correct, Peter?
Actually, the wood was standard. You had an option of disc, and there was another rare option of wire wheels.
Very similar to the Model A Ford.
They're a very similar wheel to the Model A, except they're 20-inch and six wheel stud.
Interesting too, 1929 electric start car, but they still kept the tube. I think Ford did the same thing too. We look in centre there. They still kept the tube. Put a nice chrome cap on there for the crank handle as a backup.
Yes, yeah, no, it's got the crank start there, but these days we try to avoid using it.
Peter, all the bodywork, you have done that?
Yes, I copied all the original timber. Yeah.
The timber workmanship is yours?
Yes, I done all the timber work myself.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Good on you, mate. You're a good man. Thank you for letting us be here today. I want to thank you, the opportunity for all the members to turn up here to your beautiful property. Now stick around, because on today's show we have another guy coming up from the Griffith Historic Motor Club. Peter, thank you.
Thank you, Fletch.
Every weekend around Australia, motoring enthusiasts get together to share their passion for cars and bikes. It's a passion that brings us together. All sorts of people, all sorts of cars and bikes. From the classics of today to the classics of tomorrow. At Shannons, we understand enthusiasts. So when it comes to insurance, it's got to be Shannons. Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
When it comes to cars, there are some brands that will remain with us forever, no matter what. The Holden was always Australia's own car, held high in the hearts of many. Those lines, that chrome, the stories around them, and the people that owned them. From the classic through to the final, you can still trust in genuine Holden and AC Delco parts, available through the Holden Certified Service Network. Have a look for your nearest Holden Certified Service Centre at holden.com.au, and let's keep supporting Australia's own. And welcome back to the next section of today's episode. We've just left Peter's place, gone a few kilometres to this guy's premises here. His name is Robert. He's an engineer. Beautiful place, beautiful premises. Have a go at the sheds. We roll down the driveway and here's more club members have turned up. So now we'll just quickly go and check out their cars.
Hello, my name's Jeff. This is my 1954 Peugeot 203 sedan.
G'day, my name's Danny. This is my 1969 MGB.
I'm Alan, and this is Angelo's 1971 Chevelle.
Hi, I'm Bob. This is my mate's 1944 Indian Chief motorcycle, and this is John's 1926 T-Model Ford Doctor's car.
Hi, my name's Arthur. This is Ralph's 1964 GT Cortina.
Hi, I'm JR. This is my Harley Davidson Road Glide Special.
Robbie, it's a beautiful afternoon. What a place to start. Away from the sheds and all your concrete and your beautiful manicured property, your own diner.
Yeah, well, that's how I look at it. Yeah, obviously I've done a lot of trips to the US, so fell in love with the 50s idea, the old Route 66 type setup. Yeah. So we used to have a few little Route 66 posters and things, and then I toyed with the idea and I thought, you know what, let's do it. We'll turn it into a diner. Yeah. And my mates come here, we do a Thursday morning tea, and as I said to you before, we all talk over the top of one another and we tell jokes and we carry on and we just have a great time.
Nice that you've been inspired by the United States of America for this stuff. They did it very, very well back in their time for the rockabilly, the roller skates era, delivering food to the door, sitting in the diners. What a time.
Yeah.
And to replicate that here at home in your own therapy zone.
Yeah, well, the diners are probably more your 50s era, but everyone says I'm stuck in the 70s.
Right.
My music is 70s and my Monaros and my Torontos are 70s, and I think, what's better than to go for a cruise on a Sunday afternoon and listen to Creedence Clearwater Revival or
you still got
Eagles?
you still got the 70s haircut, Rob.
Yeah, I probably have.
That's
all
right.
Stuck in the 70s.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It hasn't even gone real grey yet.
And of course, moving right along now at Robbie's place. Now, as you know, you might think that my tractor experience is extensive. So we've got a Massey Ferguson here. What's this one?
Ferguson 135. This is the first of Massey Ferguson's tractors that they built with what we call the square bonnet. You had your little grey Fergie, and then they had 35s, 35Xs, and then they went to this.
Yep.
And my dad bought one of these brand new in 1975, and I always thought it was a cute little thing, so came across this one. Previous owner had painted the chassis part of it blue. He must have painted it Fordson and thought I've got some paint over. So I stripped the whole tractor down and rebuilt it back to its former glory.
Yeah, I love it.
And amazingly, Fletch, you can buy anything for this model tractor and relatively cheap as opposed to restoring motor cars.
Oh, I love the way you have restored it. It looks brand new. Well, look at around the cluster and the gauges. Look how nice that is there. That's beautiful. And the little plough out back, where would you use that apart from in a paddock?
Well, to me it's an ornament. Right. But I've got a little bit I tinker with here. I'm on about a hectare, so I do tinker it on a bit.
Yeah.
And I kept another Massey over there you might have seen from my farming days with a forklift mast.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'll get there.
But being a Massey fan, all my farming career were Masseys,
Wonderful. Now, engine up front, tell us the size and
it's
a bit about that.
136, a little 3-cylinder Perkins, 40 horsepower new when it was new.
Yep.
This one's a little bit different as much as it's 8-speed. Most of them were 6-speeds.
Yeah, okay.
And you probably may or may not know, but Harry Ferguson actually invented the 3-point linkage. So the 3-point linkage system, it's known as the Ferguson system because it was invented by Harry Ferguson.
Yep.
Amazing guy. He was Irish, first person to fly an aeroplane in Ireland, him and his brother. They built it themselves and then went on in various different things. Had a partnership with David Brown, tractors to build, and then and had a partnership with Henry Ford. They couldn't get on, so went back to England after the Second World War and started his own factory.
Ah, that's amazing stuff. I knew an Irish pilot once. He was scared in his Cessna if he ran out of fuel that he'd be stuck up there all day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he may have come down.
Now, in its day, this tractor, tell us, it was bang for the buck, a great value, Massey Ferguson.
Back in the times when my dad bought it, we had a mixture of viticulture and vegetable growing. Ideal little tractor for vegetable growing. We were growing rock melons, watermelons and onions, and this was just an ideal small tractor for that with its limited horsepower.
You've done a wonderful job.
Very reliable little tractor.
Was it very worn out when you got a hold of it?
No, actually, I haven't done anything internally because it's all working, hydraulics, gearbox, motor, brakes were great. So we just did the paint job, seat had to be replaced, we did the seat, put new tyres, and the paint job, new gauges.
It'd have to be the closest thing to brand new.
Very close.
I don't think back in 1975 it would have looked much better new.
Possibly wouldn't have looked as good.
As good, right. Good on you. Okay, Rob, well, let's go check out that big shed over there, eh?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, let's go.
I've been a motoring enthusiast all my life. My Coupe 4 is rare and very special. A real performance car with all-wheel drive grip. I'm not a car club bloke and I don't work on it myself, but I do have a great mechanic. One day, I might even get that HQ. When it comes to insurance, it's got to be Shannons.
Shannons shares your passion. Call Shannons on 13 46 46. Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts.
They may not be making the classic Holden anymore, but the legacy lives on. You can still have a Holden certified service using genuine Holden and AC Delco quality parts at over 180 centres across Australia. Go to holden.com.au to find your nearest centre. Book your Holden in, maintain the pride. Owning a classic or two is very special. So is insurance with Shannons. Why not pick up the phone and give Shannons a call for a quote and a chat on 134646. And keep in mind too that the Shannons Club awaits you. For more information, visit shannons.com.au and visit Australia's largest automotive online hub. Gee, Rob, pretty special car this one. 1969 HT Holden Monaro. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, Fletch, it's a pride and joy. It was the very first car that a friend and I restored. I was fortunate enough to have a panel beater friend that helped me with the bodywork of the car. But this car here, I bought it from a young chap in Goulburn in 1998. Drove it home, $4,200. Yeah.
You bought that at the right time.
We'd love to have bought more.
Absolutely. Interesting too, because this HT running the 307 Chev. We may have thought that the 307 Chev was all over at the end of HK, but it snuck into the HT.
Yeah, I'm led to believe that Holden was saying at the time they didn't quite get 308s and 253s ready in time. My gut feeling is that they probably had quite a few Chevs left over and thought we've got to do something with them, so ran them out. But yeah, this is a July 1969 HT with 307 two-speed power glide.
Beautiful car. I love the interior with the houndstooth inserts there in the seating, the beautiful interior. You restored this car yourself, all bar paint, right?
That's correct. We just went into a booth. We needed to do it. We have done them in 2-pack, which the purists might not like, but we did do it in 2-pack. So we needed it to go into a booth to be painted, but we delivered it to the panel beater ready to paint.
Now, parts-wise, I believe that there's a lot of new old stock here.
Yeah, I've got a shed out the back with lots of stock. I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to Holden parts. But yeah, look, that's part of the fun when you were restoring these cars too, was going to swap meets and finding pieces that we were missing and getting on the phone. And I remember speaking to a guy once and he said it's the old hunter and gatherer left over in us. We love the search and the chase the part and whatever, and the joy when you finally find that part you want, and particularly if it was a new old stock part.
It's incredible to see a car like this, up close like this, and to really check it out and see the attention to detail that you put into the car. You know, the dashboard, every state in front of the radio as well, the original Holden radio there, an automatic car as well.
Yeah, well, I think automatic was fairly common. It probably would have been more common to have got the 4-speed if you had went to the 350 Chev in the day, which was still available in a HT, and actually they carried the 350 through right into the H series, not quite the last couple of H series, but the H series you could buy. Pretty rare car today too.
Robbie, you're the man with the cars, aren't you?
Well, I've got a couple, Fletch, yeah. I think it's 4 at last count.
1974 L34 Tirana behind us.
Cotillion white, yep. As you know, these were built in the era when the media were coming down on supercars being sold to the public. So Holden didn't badge them as such as L34s. They just came out as badged as SLR 5000s. But when you look at the compliance plate and the engine number with the HZ, you know you've got the L34.
I don't think there's ever been an era since where badging has just been so prominent and meant something. When we were all a lot younger, we'd see SLR 5000 or 351 High Performance on the badge of an XY. This was powerful badging, wasn't it?
It was, and it was so unusual that, and I mean, we saw where the Phase 4s, they built 4 of them, and then they had to get canned because they all panicked about the media with the big scare of the supercars. So then Holden obviously to compete at Bathurst, and these cars were basically built just for Bathurst, really. The whole idea was, win on Sunday, buy one on Monday.
So what's the story with this particular car behind us, Rob?
The story with this car here, it's the latest one that I've purchased in my group of 4 cars. And look, I'm sure to a large extent with guys past my age, we have these cars for the reason that we either owned one when we were young and couldn't afford to keep it, or we didn't own one and we couldn't afford to have one and now we can, so we have one. I actually had a white SLR 5000 when I was first married, and we had it for a few years. And of course you'd trade your car in because it was 50% of the equity in your new car, unless you were super wealthy to be able to keep it. So not many people kept anything. So of course as we got older and then you sort of get into retirement with some spare time, I thought I'd love to have a Tirana again, an LH Tirana. So I thought, well, you might as well have the top dog if you're going to have one. And when I told my wife, I said, I want to buy an LH Tirana. And she said, well, as long as it's white, because ours was a white one. So along came the white, and it took me quite a while to find one.
And when you tell your wife that you're going to get these cars, that's when your sheds get bigger as well, because usually they come then with a bedroom in the shed, don't they?
Yeah, well, this shed here, when I built it, I had already a fair stable of cars. So this shed was actually purpose-built. I've got my workshop on the other side, which we haven't been to yet, and this side was primarily built just to house my collection of cars.
Okay, so this car behind us, you have restored that?
I actually haven't restored this car here other than its suspension. All my other ones we did ground up restorations. This one is just how I bought the car, and I'm reasonably happy with how it is. So I guess it'll probably stay like that.
Well, look, there's no doubt about it. What you've got here is extraordinary. The HT is a beautiful car. We've got the L34 here. Behind that, we have a HQ 2-door Monaro. We've got a genuine XQ1 GTR up the end there. So many cars in so little time, Rob, but I love what you have here.
Well, we've loved having you, Fletch. It's been great for me. I'm always been known as a relatively private sort of a guy, but when I heard that you wanted to come and have a look at my cars, I had a feeling I was being privileged to have you here in my shed. So I thought, yeah, let's do it. And we really loved having you too.
Thank you very much. That's very nice, Rob. Look, it's just another day in the office for Fletch.
Yeah, well, it's not another day in the office for us. We've enjoyed having you.
Okay, look, on that note, there's no doubt about it. This guy here, he is a dead set Holden legend. From our good friends at General Motors Australia, Rob, we would like to present you with this Holden Legends pack. It only gets issued to very special people.
Well, I feel very special, Fletch, and I appreciate it very much, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You are welcome. This can go to the pool room. It can stay here in the shed.
I think this will have to have a prime spot in the diner.
These are available online, but in the meantime, it is a pleasure, Rob, to issue you with this. So thank you once again, mate.
Fletch, it's been my absolute pleasure to have you here.
And also, Robbie, thank you very much for inviting some members of the Griffith Historic Motor Club around here this afternoon. It's been a wonderful day. Thank you, mate.
It has been a wonderful day, and I've been happy to have both you and the members of the car club to come and visit my shed.
Good on you. Thank you very much, Rob. Now, if you want to find out more about the Griffith Historic Motor Club, check social media pages and sites for more details. This has been an amazing episode. The support of members from the Griffith Historic Motor Club and their reflective enthusiasm shows how strong our car clubs really are. Check the car club directory on the Shannons Club and make sure that your club is listed there for everyone to see. Until next week, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch. Thanks for watching. You can like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Classic Restos TV and watch catch-up episodes at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons, where you can sign up to be a member of the Shannons Club, your local Holden certified service centre, Pace Farm the enjoyable egg, and Heron Forbes Machinery House, where you can buy online.